I am sorry. I wish I could make it more simple or simplistic. It doesn't get, we have to do it. So this weekend you will see me pull in enough stuff so that you can kind of grab it and understand it and know what to look at and realize, man, for my POTS patients, I have to do X, Y, and Z or else I'm going to fail. Have you failed on a POTS patient? And I will raise my hand. So everybody's 100%. Nah, man, come on. Every one of you is like this. Oh my God, please not another POTS patient. And you know it's hard. I know it's hard. We all know it's difficult. But you really have to learn to tear apart all the pieces so that you can know where to begin. There's more to it than just putting them on a tilt table, doing some flashy stuff in front of their face, and then bringing them up very slowly and saying, oh, look, they can handle it. And then whenever they stand up and walk away and they eat one piece of certain food, they crash again. Believe me, if you don't think that happens, then I have seen about 500 patients and just mystically something, it just happened that I don't know about. Because it happens all the time. So anyway, we got to get down to understanding gut function a little bit. We've got to get down to understanding autonomics with gut function, autonomics with the immune system, and then that loop that I just showed you, that gut-brain-brain-gut loop that has the immune system in the middle of it and has autonomics in the middle of it. You have to learn how these things, you can't just learn them in isolation. I will not let you do that. That would be a failure of teaching. So, everything will be taught in a single fashion, but as I do that, I will bring in other concepts that you must think about while you're thinking about that one thing. Because if I don't, you will have zero way to think clinically. The worst clinicians are the ones that think in a single fashion. They're like this. I'm going to think in a single fashion. And I'm like, well, what about this, and this? They're like, I'm thinking in a single fashion right now. I'm like, but wait a minute, you've missed these other 18 descriptors the patient gave. I'm thinking in a single fashion right now. And I'm like, wait a minute. You can't think about this stuff by itself. You have to learn it with some other things in mind so that every time you see a patient, all of those things will flash in front of your face and you'll learn to wipe one thing out, then another thing out, then another thing out, and bring in the 4 or 5 things that may be involved. And that is the case that evolves around your single finding that you're hanging your hat on. Complicated cases have no single smoking gun for the most part. Even if there is one single thing, it's turned into a bunch of other little things. So I have to teach you the individual things and say it's gone to here or this caused that. If I don't, you won't know the full story. They're all loops. It's all a loop. Okay? That's what I found out with autonomics. Autonomics, it allowed the brain to shut down, it allowed the immune system to dysregulate, now I have no blood to my guts. Do you think that that didn't start a problem? It started an enormous problem. It started a problem with leaky gut, now they can't eat. It started with an immune dysfunction that now has turned into immune dysregulation. That's called a lack of energy. And that turned into a blood-brain barrier disruption, and now all of the glial cells, especially microglial cells, are ticked off, and that's turned into brain fog and sustained inflammation. So, if you don't know those things around the basic anatomy and function, you're going to miss. I'm just going to assume this. Yeah, you'll put it together on your own.